guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you did not watch my previous video, please check that out. And if you are new here, my name is Ashley, and in today's video we are going to be making banana bread. Now, banana bread is a hot commodity in my family, so that's why I'm doing a video on it. I am going to be doing a voiceover so you guys can see the nitty-gritty and small details of what I do when I make banana bread. So please like, share, and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. To get started, you're going to set your oven to 325. Then you're going to grab your bananas. For this recipe, you're going to need overripe bananas. That means the ones with the brown spots or mostly brown. I usually like to use super brown bananas. That way it's sweeter, but this is all I had for the video. Next, we're going to mash our bananas, and for this part you want it to be kind of liquidy, so what I like to use is a potato masher. You can use a fork and you can use a spoon, but I find that the potato masher gets it down to what you really want it to look like. For this next step, you'll need a 1/4 cup of melted butter, 1 egg, and 1 cup of sugar. When melting your butter, you should do it every 10 seconds. That way it's not super hot or bubbling when you take it out. This is really important if you are using refrigerated eggs, because when you put the egg in, it might curdle up the butter. So it's best that you use room temperature items if you're able. Now we're going to mix these 4 items together. I would normally use a whisk, but for this part I decided to use a spatula instead. For this next step, we're going to gather our dry ingredients in a separate bowl. You will need 1 1/2 cup of flour, and right here you'll see me fluffing out the flour. That's really important because you don't want to compact your cup with flour. That way it's not going to make your bread super dry. So if you can, you should use a sifter, or you can just do it the way I'm doing it here. Next, you'll need a teaspoon of baking soda and salt. If you like cinnamon, this would be the time to add it. Now you're going to mix your dry ingredients really well. You want them to be evenly distributed when you mix them with your wet ingredients. Now we are mixing our wet and dry ingredients together. You kind of want to do this portion by portion, because if you do it all together at one time, the flour kind of flies everywhere, especially if you're using a smaller bowl. For the next step, you'll need walnuts and semi-sweet chocolate chips. You can add raisins at this point as well. I don't usually like to measure my chocolate chips, so what I like to do is just make sure that the top part is covered when mixing. The reason I use semi-sweet is because the banana bread will already be sweet from the bananas and the sugar that you're using. For the next step, you're going to want to grease your pan. I would normally brush on melted butter, but I used Pam because I was at my mom's house. I think it makes the banana bread a little bit more crispy on the outside than you would actually want. For this last step, you're going to want to top off your banana bread with walnuts, and you're going to want to push them in. That way when they're baking in the oven, they don't fall off. After about an hour and 5 minutes of baking, you're going to want to check if the banana bread is cooking. So you're going to use a toothpick and stick it in the middle. If it's not clean, it's going to go back into the oven for about 5 more minutes. Once the banana bread is cooked, what I like to do is put a flat pan over the top. This really locks in the moisture, especially if you had to cook for longer than you expected. That way it's not too crispy. And just like that, you made your own chocolate chip walnut banana bread. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys end up making this banana bread, please let me know how it turned out in the comment section down below. Something I forgot to mention in my previous video is that I'm going to be trying to upload once a week. Maybe twice a week if I'm getting lucky, but I do have a kind of a busy schedule sometimes, so expect a video every week. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.